First of all, I want to start off by saying I am a racist. I am a racist. I look at somebody, I stereotypically categorize them based on their appearance. I put them in a classification of race. And from that classification, I pull what I think this racial group, I pull traits and dispositions and ways of seeing them based on my experience or what I've seen from that racial group, be it Asian, Black, white, Hispanic, whatever. I'm racist. I'm just racist. Now, racism, according to Paul Mooney, is when you can oppress somebody. And he said since Black people don't have the power to oppress somebody, they can't be racist. They can't be racist. Let's start with the thing. They can't be racist. And I'm not too sure about that now. I'm not too sure about that. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. That's not the point. I'm not racism. I'm not racism. I don't do racism. What I do is I'm a racist. That's different. You know, I'm a racist. And I just want to start that off for no reason. I just want to throw that out there for apparently just no reason. I just felt like saying it because, you know, I want to be that person. I just want to be that person to say it. Second of all, nothing else. I got nothing else to say. I mean, I just got back from my walk. I'm getting ready to eat my breakfast. You want to see it? Can you see it? The light is too much for you, huh? Can you see it? It's green. So the green screen is probably happening. Get ready to eat my breakfast, do my thing, take my vitamin. Oh, I should go like this, huh? Take my vitamin. I have to lean over here. I'm like leaning now. I pull that over here, go like this, take my vitamin. Come back here, put my finger on this, and I should go. Wow, see, that's late. That delay is late. So I probably should do it like right when I get to that, right when I get to there. Like, watch it, I go like this. Then I switch back. Now I'm gonna switch back. Yeah, I almost got to just like wait till right when I'm there and then hit the button. Cause it's almost like it's delaying. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to put it, but let me try it one more time. That was probably too fast. That one was too fast. See, that was a good one, I can tell. See, I'm looking at the cameras. I'm not looking at the screen, but I can see the screen. I don't know if that was a good one. What's it? I don't even know if the camera changed. You know, we'll see. Oh, that was a good one, I could tell. Okay, so, I mean, I'm a racist. I just want to throw that out there, let everybody know that it may be, by my definition of what I call racist, you might find yourself racist too. I believe everybody is racist. How can you not be? They talk about implicit bias, or biases that you have before you even know you have them. How can you work on those? And why do we have them? Maybe there's a reason we have them. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. I think that as far as the equality thing goes, and this and that, and I think Jane Goodall said it, that we're not a melting pot, we're a solid. Everybody's different. Everybody shouldn't be the same. It's not that we want to, this inclusion diversity thing, I think is going, even though it may be well-intended, and I get the idea, you know, all these kids are jumping on the bandwagon now and they're just happy to have this, you know, for themselves. I know that was way too early. That move was way too early because this is how I should do it. Yeah, that move was way too early. That's a little bit better, huh? Now if I come this way. Yeah, that moves a lot better. It's almost like you gotta be facing the camera before you switch it. Anyway, I'm gonna take my blood pressure. I mean, how can you get rid of implicit bias? How can you get rid of biases before you even know you have them? And then all of a sudden to put pressure on people to make them outthink themselves. That's just ridiculous. I say you have your biases, you have your hatreds, you have all your whatever you want. Just don't break the law. Simple. Just don't break the law. I don't care what you think or who you don't like, who you don't want your kids to marry, who you don't want to associate with, who you think is lazy, who you think works too hard, who you think does landscaping better, who you think is better at math, who you think dance is better, who you think is more likely to rob or shoot you in the middle of the night, who's more likely to own millions of dollars. I mean, not stereotype. And I was having a conversation yesterday about, the white male is under attack and this and that. And, I was being devil's advocate to a point, but I'm like, well, he acquired all that wealth one way or another. It could have been through raping, pillaging, killing, murdering, smallpox disease, but he has it now. Who says what's right or wrong? Who says that the way that the white man acquired conquering the world and killing people and doing this, who says that's right or wrong? Chimps do it. Lesser species have acts of war or brutality. It's almost nature. So, and I understand we've evolved and we're a better creature. I couldn't put my other hand up to do the other air quote because I'm taking my blood pressure, which was 108/77, which was very good. And right now, I'm trying to see, I'm going to tell you what it is right now. I guess I could keep talking until it stops. 122/82 with the pulse rate of 77. It was lower than that before. But, who's to say? To me, we're intellectual creatures. But you know what, too? I'll watch daytime TV and I'll start catching commercials. These commercials are remedial. And I don't know who they're marketed at, but they're marketed at somebody who's just obviously not as cerebral as what I'm accustomed to being around. Some of these commercials are just so basic and primitively put into the basic narrative of humanity. It's not even 115/79. It's not even to the point of, it just seems like, who are you marketing to? It seems like the people you're marketing to ain't gonna have no money. And I'm stereotyping who I'm talking about. And I am talking about probably poor white families. I think Appalachia or, just poor white families that you don't see. Poor white families that you just don't see. Poor white families that you just don't see in the media anymore. They've been eliminated. You don't see the plight of, white people, the white crime rate, what's going on with them. You don't care about that. You don't see about that. And I tend to think less of urban blacks because I think of urban blacks as being more sophisticated, though not maybe more cerebral, maybe not more education based, maybe not. Okay, here's how I was just thinking to her. Here's how I want to put this. Maybe not educated in the ways of Western society. They don't have that standardized, some people may or may not have that standardized underlying Western civilized thinking at the core of their understanding. And if you think about it, a lot of these people come from an oppressed state of slavery. It was probably passed down to them from generation to generation, from talk and the way they feel about people. Because I'm gonna tell you, black people are taught not to like white people. There are some black families and there's some black cultures, parts of black culture that teach their kids to hate white people. I'm putting that kind of crudely, but it can be underlying. It could be, you don't trust them. You don't do this. And sometimes it's to the point where they say, you don't marry them. You don't mess with them. They're this, they're that, white devil. And if you watch TV nowadays, the mainstream media is even saying that same narrative. The mainstream media and what you watch on TV and what you see on TV, the characters you see on TV, it's demonizing the white male. The white male is demonized and almost eliminated from what you see on television. But if you teach that to somebody and they grow up, they're going to grow up mistrusting the Western civilization. They're going to grow up mistrusting Western civilized education. And they'll find their knowledge and their capability in other places. And I think a lot of, and in my mind, here's an idea I have, that a lot of the urban, poor, unassimilated, disenfranchised, left behind Black culture has found their own ways of coping and dealing with things. And it may not be the same way that us or some of us who are assimilated understand it's being that Western civilized way of thinking, the way, it's almost to a point, that's not how you do it. This is the way you're supposed to do it. And, I don't talk that way, but in my mind, I'll look up and say, that's not how you're supposed to do it. But they'll get the same results. They'll get these results, but they'll be based on doing it a way that I'm not used to seeing done because I'm trained in the Western way. And I think maybe the cognitive test, the test of cognitive ability may reflect that, where one culture mistrusts Western. They just deliberately mistrust Western learning. For generations and generations, they've been taught you can't trust white man. So why would you go to the schools and learn from him? If you can't trust him, he enslaved you, he did this and that to you. These stories are being passed down to you, but yet you're supposed to go and learn from him and take in his knowledge and absorb his knowledge to the core of your being. I can see how that's not going to happen. So I think a lot of these cultures have learned how to be capable and get things they've done on their own way outside of Western thinking. And when you come down to doing these cognitive tests that are based on Western traditional values, they won't do as well. I'm glad I said that part. I'm glad I got that off digital. But other than that, let me see, I just did 12 minutes? Not even sure why I cut this on. I guess to talk about race. I actually test the microphone. I'm gonna see how the microphone sounds. I turned down the treble, I turned down the highs and turned up the bass a little bit, and I brought the mid-range up a little because it sounded a little creaky to me, whatever creaky means. I'm not sure whatever creaky means. And it's just delayed. I expect this, is this one delayed? I wonder if this is delayed. I'm not even gonna clap. We're not gonna even go through that. We're not gonna go through the whole clapping thing. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go through the whole clapping. I just wanna see if it's in sync. Is my voice in sync? If not, oh well, I don't care. I'm tired. Anyhow, my name is Jeffrey, and I'm a racist.